Hi, my name's Nick.
And I'm Noah.
Welcome back to the channel.
Yeah, today we're going to talk about looking back at your year.
Dude, you ever sit down and just think, wow, what even happened this year?
For real? I do that all the time. Sometimes it hits me in the middle of the night.
Yeah, and some moments are just crazy in a good way or a totally weird way.
Exactly. So let's take a little trip through our year and maybe pick up some English along the way.
Totally. Let's make it fun. And hey, I've got a micro challenge for our listeners right away. Repeat after me. This year I learned.
Yeah, try saying it with me and then think about your own story.
Okay, let me start. This year, I learned to finally cook more than just instant noodles.
No way, that's awesome. I gotta admit, I've been stuck in cereal mode for way too long.
Dude, legit, I almost burned the kitchen once. But it was a lesson, right?
Totally. And that's the thing about a year passing. It's full of little surprises you didn't expect.
Yeah, like, remember that one weekend when we tried that hiking trail and got lost for hours?
Oh man, how could I forget? The view at the top was crazy beautiful though. And it kind of makes you think, wow, sometimes getting lost is the best part.
Exactly. And that's a perfect sentence to practice too. Sometimes getting lost is the best part. Repeat after me.
And speaking of getting lost, I felt a bit lost myself at work this year. You know, like, am I moving forward or just spinning my wheels?
Yeah, I get you. I think everyone feels that sometimes. And here's a little English tip. When you want to say you felt unsure, you can say, I was kinda lost, or I wasn't sure what to do. Repeat after me.
Yeah, try it. I was kinda lost this year. Nice. Feels real, right?
For real. And it's also a chance to notice the small wins. Like, I finally finished that big project I'd been putting off.
Wow, that's huge. You were stressing over that forever. And listeners, here's a quick mini quiz. Which tense did Nick just use? Past simple or present perfect?
Yeah, think about it. I said, I finally finished. The answer is past simple because it's a completed action in the past.
Totally. And speaking of past events, remember the little traditions we kept alive this year, like our weekend coffee walks?
Oh, yeah, those were pretty chill. And hey, here's a curiosity question for our listeners. What's one small tradition you did this year that made you happy? Think about it.
Yeah, and try saying it in English. One thing I did this year that made me happy was. Go ahead, repeat that.
You know, some months were tough too, like when everything felt like it was piling up. But looking back, those moments taught me resilience.
Totally. And here's a useful expression. I learned to keep going even when things got tough. Repeat after me.
Yeah, feel that in your voice, listeners. English isn't just words, it's how you feel it.
And some surprises, man, like when a random day turned into a memory you'll never forget. I remember that rainy afternoon we stayed inside and tried to make homemade pizza.
Oh, yeah, the kitchen looked like a tornado hit it, but it was so fun. And for real, that's a perfect sentence to practice. That day turned into a memory I'll never forget. Repeat after me.
And it's kind of wild how a whole year can feel both long and short at the same time, you know?
Exactly. And that's why reflecting is awesome. It helps you see growth, little or big. And listeners, here's another micro challenge. Try saying, this year I grew by, and fill in your own word.
For real, it can be something tiny like I grew by learning patience, or big like I grew by facing my fears.
Yeah, and notice how natural that feels in English. Don't overthink it. Just say it out loud.
Dude, can you believe we've been talking about this for a while and we haven't even touched the weird, unexpected stuff yet?
No way. Yeah, those moments are legit the best. but let's save that for later in the story.
Totally. A little suspense for our listeners. Keeps it fun and cinematic, right?
Absolutely. And hey, one more interactive moment before we dive deeper. Quick listening check. I'll say a sentence and you repeat it in your head first. I laughed more than I expected this year. Got it?
Yeah, now say it out loud. Feel the words. That's how we make English stick.
All right. So the year had ups, downs, surprises, laughs, and lessons, and we're just getting started with the stories that made it memorable.
Yeah, buckle up, listeners. The best parts are coming, and you'll get some fun English practice along the way.
Ready? Let's dive into the first crazy moment.
Totally. This one's going to be pretty cool.
Okay, so remember that rainy afternoon we tried making homemade pizza?
Oh, yeah, dude. The kitchen was a mess. Flour everywhere, sauce on the ceiling.
Exactly. And somehow it turned into one of the funniest days of the year. Repeat after me. It turned into one of the funniest days of the year.
Totally. And speaking of surprises, I never thought a simple pizza could teach patience.
For real. Like waiting for the dough to rise felt like forever. And here's a tip for our listeners. You can say, I had to wait patiently to sound natural. Repeat after me.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you know what? That afternoon reminded me of something bigger, how little things can make the day special.
Exactly. And that's a perfect time to use present perfect. This year, I have noticed little joys everywhere. Repeat after me.
Wow, dude, it feels good to say that out loud. And speaking of joys, remember our mini road trip last summer?
Oh man, that was legit crazy. We didn't plan much, got lost a few times, but every turn was like a new adventure.
Totally, and it's a good chance for a mini quiz. Which tense is we didn't plan much? Past simple or present perfect?
Yeah, think about it. It's past simple because the action is finished. And listeners, try making your own past simple sentence about a trip you had this year.
I get you. And here's another micro challenge. I explored. Fill in your word and say it out loud.
Dude, I have to admit, some days this year were kinda tough too. Like that one week at work when everything went wrong.
I get you, man. But here's a useful phrase. I had a rough week. Repeat after me.
Yeah, that helps you express struggles in English naturally. It's simple, but real.
And even on rough days, small victories matter, like finishing that big project or helping someone unexpectedly.
Totally. And here's a retention hook. Sometimes the little wins teach us the most. Repeat after me. The little wins teach the most.
For real, that's kind of powerful. And thinking about growth, remember when we tried learning that new dance trend from TikTok?
Oh yeah. I was all over the place, but practicing with you was so much fun. And here's a phrase for listeners. I learned by practicing with a friend. Repeat after me.
And some days the unexpected surprises hit out of nowhere, like that random call from an old friend that cheered me up.
Exactly. And that's a perfect way to use present perfect. I have reconnected with an old friend. Try it with me.
Dude, it's kind of wild how small moments like that can change your whole week.
Yeah, and it's a good mini challenge for listeners. Think of one small thing that made you happy this year and say, one thing that made me happy was...
And some surprises were scary but awesome, like that time we went on that night hike, remember?
Oh man, totally. Dark forest, sounds everywhere. I was like, no way, we're gonna get lost.
Yeah, that's a great sentence to practice. I thought we were gonna get lost. Repeat after me.
And at the same time, those moments teach courage. You know, trying something new even when it's scary.
Totally. And listeners, here's a fun phrase. I stepped out of my comfort zone. Try saying it with me.
For real, that's one of the biggest lessons of the year. Small risks, big memories.
Exactly. And here's another curiosity question. What's one moment this year that scared you but turned out awesome? Try to say it in English.
Yeah, and don't worry about perfect grammar. Just get the words out. That's how we practice and remember them.
Totally. And speaking of memories, remember the weekend we spent at the lake?
Oh yeah, sun, water, laughter felt like a little escape from the world. And here's a phrase for listeners. It felt like an escape from the world. Repeat after me.
Dude, reflecting on all these moments, I feel like the year had a mix of chaos and beauty.
Exactly. And that's perfect for a sentence practice. This year was full of chaos and beauty. Repeat after me.
And honestly, thinking back, some of the weird, unexpected days are the ones I'll never forget.
Yeah, those are legit the best stories to tell. And here's a micro challenge. Share one weird or surprising story from your year in English.
Totally. And listeners, keep repeating phrases, practicing sentences, and thinking about your year. It's a fun way to learn English naturally.
For real. And just wait, the next part of our story gets even crazier with the moments that totally surprised us.
Yeah, buckle up. You're not going to want to miss these.
All right, so about those crazy surprises. Remember the day we decided to try that pop-up food festival downtown?
Oh man, totally. I wasn't expecting so many weird foods. There was that fried pickles stand.
Yeah, I was like, do I really want to try that? But for real, it was kind of awesome. And here's a phrase for listeners. I wasn't expecting. Repeat after me.
I wasn't expecting fried pickles to taste good.
Exactly. And sometimes surprises come from the tiniest things, like that random street musician who played our favorite song while we were waiting in line.
Wow, dude, that was legit magical. And that's perfect for a sentence practice. It felt magical. Repeat after me.
And it kind of reminds me how unpredictable life can be. One minute, you're bored in line. Next, you're dancing with strangers to a song you love.
Totally. And that's a mini quiz for listeners. Which tense did I just use when I said you're bored in line? Past simple or present continuous?
Yep, it's present continuous because it's happening right now in the story. Repeat after me. I am dancing with strangers to a song I love.
And some surprises teach lessons too, like when we accidentally entered that painting contest thinking it was free. And dude, the judges actually loved my piece.
No way, I remember that. That's awesome. And listeners, try saying, I accidentally entered a contest. Repeat.
Yeah, feel the word accidentally. It makes your English sound natural.
And the best part is, little wins like that make you realize, wow, sometimes taking risks pays off.
Exactly. And here's a retention hook. Say this with me. Taking risks can lead to amazing surprises.
Yeah, try using it for your own experiences too.
And hey, speaking of surprises, remember when we tried that new escape room?
Oh man, that place was legit tricky. I thought we'd never get out. And here's a phrase for English practice. I thought we'd never get out. Repeat after me.
Yeah, and notice how natural that sounds when you feel it.
For real. And it's kind of like life, right? Some puzzles seem impossible until you find the key.
Totally. And here's another micro challenge. Say, I solved a problem I thought was impossible. Feel the confidence in it.
And that's one of the lessons this year taught me. Keep going even when you're unsure.
Yeah, and here's a phrase for our listeners. I kept going even when I was unsure. Repeat.
Exactly. And it's a nice way to practice expressing perseverance in English.
Dude, some days were just plain hilarious, though. Like that time the coffee shop machine broke and we ended up making our own lattes at the counter.
Oh yeah, it was a disaster, but we laughed so much. And here's a sentence for practice. It turned into a funny adventure. Repeat after me.
And moments like that show even small mishaps can be memorable.
Totally. And here's a curiosity question. Think of one small mishap that ended up being fun, and try saying, it turned into a memorable moment.
And don't forget the quiet moments too, like sitting on the balcony that summer night just talking about life and dreams.
Yeah, that's legit one of my favorite memories. And here's a phrase for listeners. I cherished the quiet moments. Repeat?
For real, reflecting on the year, it's all about mixing laughs, surprises, challenges, and tiny victories.
Exactly. And here's a micro challenge. Say, this year was full of laughter, surprises, and growth. Feel it as you say it.
Dude, it's kind of wild thinking about how one year can have so many ups and downs, but somehow it all shapes you.
Totally. And that's what makes sharing stories so fun. Every listener has their own wild, amazing year to reflect on.
And here's a final retention hook for this part. Repeat with me. I learned a lot this year, and I'm proud of my growth.
Yeah, say it with confidence. English feels alive when you connect it with real feelings.
All right, so that's our journey through the funny, surprising, and meaningful moments so far.
Totally. And stay tuned because the lessons and reflections get even deeper from here.
Yeah, and thinking back, some of the quietest moments actually taught me the biggest lessons.
For real. Like that afternoon, we just sat in the park, doing nothing but talking about our goals. And I realized sometimes reflection is more powerful than action. Repeat after me. Sometimes reflection is more powerful than action.
Totally. And that's a sentence you can use anytime you talk about your year.
Exactly. And here's another micro challenge. Say, I reflected on my year and learned something new.
Dude, I also learned how important it is to celebrate even the smallest wins.
Yeah, like finishing a book you'd been putting off or learning a new phrase in English. And here's a phrase for listeners. I celebrated small victories. Repeat after me.
And it's kind of amazing how those little moments build confidence over time.
Totally. And here's a quick listening check. I'll say a sentence and you repeat it. I grew a little every day this year. Got it? Say it out loud now.
For real, looking back, I feel proud of all the risks we took, the laughs we shared, and even the mistakes we made.
Yeah, and that's perfect for another sentence practice. I am proud of my growth. Repeat after me.
And listeners, here's a question for you. What's the biggest lesson you learned this year? Try to say it in English in the comments.
Totally. We'd love to hear your story. And don't forget, reflecting helps you improve your English and your life at the same time.
All right, and if you enjoyed this journey through our year,
Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss more fun English practice.
yeah, and check out our next video for even more stories, laughter, and learning.
Thanks for hanging out with us. And remember, every year, every moment is a chance to grow.
Exactly. See you next time and keep practicing your English every day.